What's up, everybody? It's Dinger's time, Olympic version.
USA.
USA. This is our second one of talking about the Olympics.
Yep.
Last week, not sure what happened, but it cut out a little early. We were talking about some gymnastics. Sorry about that for everybody that listened.
Yeah.
Definitely got a few texts and comments about it, but
I don't
it's
even
all
know
good.
what we were talking about, so we don't really know what you missed. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was. We were talking about with the judging and different stuff in Olympics or in gymnastics.
That, but I think we pretty much just missed like us saying bye, which
last
probably
couple
you guys
minutes.
love. So
best part probably. But now we're back for another Olympics. Swimming just finished today.
Yeah, so sad.
Swimming's my favorite for sure.
I wish swimming would last the whole entire Olympics, but unfortunately it doesn't. Olympics just come and go so quickly.
Yeah. It's crazy. Out of all the sports, other than the team ones like basketball and stuff, I know the most swimmers. I know them by name. I can pick them out like, oh, okay, that's Katie Ledecky and different stuff.
Yeah.
More than track, more than anything else, I can pick out the swimmers the most.
I would say maybe I might be the same, but it might be like one or two.
Well, I think it's because, Katie Ledecky, this was her fourth Olympics.
Yeah.
Drexel, I think it was his fourth Olympics. And so it's not, you sometimes get those newcomers, but you've seen a lot of these people before.
I think the artistic gymnastics or whatever, like Simone Biles and Suni Lee and Jordan Giles, those
But do you
three.
know anybody from other countries?
No.
That's where some of the Olympians, swimmers from other countries, like Titmus and stuff like that, it's like, you know who this is kind of thing because they're always up there, especially the top ones,
Yeah.
But I'm sad to see it. We did end up getting 8 golds. Finished today, so we got one more gold than the Australians.
Yeah,
which,
we had an epic last day.
Yep, that was a big difference.
Yeah.
It's a big competition between the Australians and us.
Yeah, we kind of...
Well, really quick, it's funny that, because they always say that the Australians, they don't care about total medal counts or total medal even in the swimming. It's the golds in the swimming.
Yeah.
Well, now we have the most golds, we have the most silvers, most bronze, and the most medals in swimming.
Yep. Yeah, we kind of touched on that last episode as well, the rivalry that really started when Phelps was coming up in the Olympics. And
I wonder if it started before that, and I just didn't
possibly,
know.
But I think like Phelps kind of put it on stage and in the spotlight.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, my cat is down here. I don't know what he's doing. It's like he's almost like limping. I don't know what the heck he's doing.
But yeah, but with the end of swimming, you got athletics starting. For those of you that don't know, athletics is just track and field. Mm-hmm. I don't know when they started going by athletics instead of track and field, but
I still call it track and field.
I think like officially it's called athletics now. I think there's a total of 48 gold medals that's going to be handed out in athletics.
And a few already have. Say track and field, because that's going to mess.
All right.
I feel like me up and everybody else up.
Yes.
It's crazy. The shot putters, I don't know their names, but they just won again gold and silver, both from USA. Mm-hmm. This is their third time in a row. That guy winning gold, that guy winning silver.
Yeah.
So they pretty much own that right now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I don't know if they're how old you are as a shot putter. If they're going to come back for a four-peat for both of them.
The guy that I can't think of his name.
I don't know.
The guy that won gold, they were saying he was injured or playing injured because something in his elbow, I think.
Interesting.
So
dude, he's a tank, man. He is a beast.
He's a big dude.
It's fun.
But even the guy that came in silver,
they're all
second.
big.
They're huge.
Even the guys that didn't win, they're massive. We went gigantic. Out. Check out our short if you haven't already. We went and tried shot put, and I'm sure we're doing it wrong. We don't know all the rules and everything, but we just kind of went out there. We tried to get the spin right, and let's just see how far we can do it. We did it with bocce balls too, so we don't know what the
it's probably way way lighter than the actual shot put, but
it was kind of fun though, just to try.
It was kind of funny.
In our shorts, we've been trying to do different Olympic events.
I think Braden really liked it because we did it with Braden, and I think he really liked it because the last few days he's been talking about watching. He was I want to watch the shot putters and so that was cool to see.
It's kind of weird. Like we went out to the track the other night, and Braden and Kenzie, they've been in the shorts before if you don't know them, but they wanted to do like relays and stuff, and so we don't have batons, and so we're using an old paper towel holder or whatever, like a roll, and then a cat toy.
Yep.
And it was fun though. It just, I feel like the Olympics just kind of gets everybody like, oh, that's cool, let's try it out. And
exactly.
It was just fun to do, and it helps that Kenzie's fast and she likes to run and stuff, and so. But we watched the 100-meter of the men today.
Yep.
And Noah Lyles won. Now, watching this, before I said it, before we watched it, I was saying to you and Megan, I don't know if I really want to root for Noah Lyles. And so, I know we've talked about this in like the U.S. basketball team, but do you have to root for the U.S. team?
I don't know. I think
the athletes that are on the U.S. team. Because I was saying Noah Lyles drives me crazy. I think he's full of himself, and he's fast, man. But it's like just some of the stuff. I don't know. I just don't like his attitude.
He's kind of the anti-Olympian. I feel like because you think of like most Olympians, they're always humble. They're always like down to earth, chill people. That
it seems like he's not.
And it seems like he is the opposite. Yeah, but
he might be.
He might.
Just doesn't seem like it.
On camera, it definitely looks like he plays with an ego. He runs with an ego. He thinks of himself like very highly, which he has a lot of confidence. There was a clip that him and Usain Bolt, because Noah Lyles is trying to chase Usain Bolt, even though Bolt doesn't race anymore. He's trying to be just like him. Mm-hmm. And Usain Bolt said, like, hey, man, I love your energy. I love your personality on the racetrack, like, on the track. Like, keep it up. This is what the sport needs. And a lot of the, I guess, Olympic committee, like...
Didn't like that?
Well, I almost think, like, because you hear the announcers, and they're almost fueling it. Like, they're almost, like, encouraging it. So, it's been kind of interesting to... like kind of see both ends of it. Yeah. You have some people like
people love it. Some people are all about and about his energy and everything. I just don't. And I mentioned it to somebody else, and they said he's like the Anthony Edwards on the track. And I'm like, cool. I hate Anthony Edwards too. I don't like him either. It's just I don't know what it is. I would have much rather the other U.S. guys won.
I think it's also a lot easier for us that are nowhere even close to being Olympic athlete the same or whatever.
Easy. But easy there.
It's a lot easier for us.
Don't put me in that.
It's a lot easier for us to relate to the more humble crowd and humble like athletes.
Yeah, and maybe. It does seem like track. I don't know if it's just, all right, you're the fastest man on the earth or something.
Yeah.
It seems like you usually get those type of like energies and stuff on like from the runners, especially the 100-meter runners or the 200-meter runners.
I agree.
Usually not like the marathon runners, or anything like that, but a lot of the time, like those ones. And somebody was bringing up Sha'Carri. Is that how you say her first name?
Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson. And it's funny because I think before she got DQ, I don't know if she got DQ'd technically.
Like banned suspended, I think. It was technically she got suspended.
From the last Olympians. I think she kind of was like that as well.
Kind of,
I think she's got better because she got silver and she was so happy for the other person. She like goes up to her, and obviously we don't know what they're saying, but like clapping for them and just different stuff. And so I don't see Noah Lyles doing that at all.
And real quick, I want to, like, you brought up Sha'Carri Richardson. I thought it was really cool. Like, even though she didn't win the person who did win gold, the female from St. Lucia.
Yeah.
I thought that was really awesome. That was the very first medal ever won of any color from St. Lucia. And it was just, that would be so cool. Like, to be able to come home afterwards and be like...
Well, they showed a watch party, too. Did you see it after? And it was... They were all
going
nuts. And everything.
Like, there's only 200,000 people on the island. And it seemed like every single person was in that watch party.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, probably not, but it definitely seemed like... And they were going nuts. They were going ballistic. Like, they were so happy.
What do you think when she gets back?
Yeah.
Do you think she's gonna like have a parade for her or something? Like,
for sure.
What do you think? Like, is she just gonna be like, "All right, you are our queen," or something? You know, I don't know if they have like what they have, but it's like,
yeah,
how cool would that be?
It's got to be something like that. She's probably gonna get home and just be paraded with sport and love, and they'll probably do a parade from one end of the island to the other end of the island. I think it's only like 180 square feet or something
square feet?
Well, that's a long
180 square feet?
Yeah.
Kyle, 180 square feet?
I don't know how,
Square feet? You mean maybe square miles?
Or square miles. Yeah.
Like, square feet, that's not even my backyard, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're right. It's all I blame the Olympics. They're all in like different
meters and miles. And
I don't know what is what anymore.
It's funny. It reminds me of that SNL clip, and I don't know. It was some comedian on it, but it was like Washington's dream.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh yeah, there's a very easy way. It's meters and all this, meters and kilometers." And then there's a very confusing one with feet and miles. You will use the confusing one for America.
Yeah.
Other than track and swimming. Like unpopular sports like track and swimming. And it's so funny because it is. You know, it's why do
who knows? I'm looking forward to the Olympics in 2028 because I really hope they just use feet and inches and
in everything?
Yeah.
They won't because even in swimming here, they still say it's 100 meters.
I at least hope they say, because in swimming how they do he's going 43 meters or whatever, or the lead is 0.8 meters. I wish they would go by miles per hour. Or,
just so, if they could put both of them, that would kind of be nice. Just because I get why they do that because the pool is in meters.
Yeah.
But it would be kind of nice.
It would just be just I don't want to have to keep on.
They're going 10 miles an hour or something, and even though obviously they're not going miles, but it's just kind of, it puts it, I think, in perspective exactly. For us.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised they kind of don't already, because it's not, the broadcast we watch, it's not for other countries. That's for our country. And so but
it is kind of surprising that they don't, make their own. But I don't know.
Out of all the sports left, what do you think is, what are you looking forward to the most?
Breaking.
That's me too. Dude, I don't know when it starts though.
I don't know either.
Because we have about 10 days left.
Yeah.
When is the closing ceremony? The 13th?
I'll look it up here. Try to look it up on my phone.
I think it's something like that. And so it's got to be coming close. And so all the swimming's done. I think all the canoeing, kayaking, all that is done. There's still, you got basketball and soccer. Yeah. The women's did a huge win last night. They were tied with Japan, 0-0, went into extra. And I think they won with 107 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? And so they won in the extra time. So hopefully that the women's can get there.
Yeah.
So I know we have that. We have the track.
Breaking starts August 9th.
So that's literally right at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think there's got to be some skateboarding still, right? It seems like
I don't
I know
think
they
you have
did
any.
some of that.
I don't think you have any skateboarding left.
Is it already all done?
You still have all the rock climbing and the speed climbing.
I forgot about the rock climbing.
That's always fun to see.
The speed climbing is insane.
Crazy how fast they get up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that just got... Was that last in Tokyo? Was it the first one? Or was it in Rio?
I think this is the second year.
This one is?
Yeah.
This is the second. So it was in Tokyo. That speed climbing... I climb, but I don't climb rocks like that.
Okay,
I do trails and stuff.
Real quick, the skateboarding, there's one more. It's the men's finals.
Okay.
Like prelims and finals. It's on the 7th.
Okay.
So August 7th, you'll have that.
Okay. But that's like the speed climbing. I've climbed rocks, not anything like that. The quickness that they go is insane. And I'm not an experienced rock climber, but even if you're watching people, even at the gym.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Dude, what in the world?
I know, and that's something that I wouldn't be surprised if we see any people from Colorado. I know rock climbing is kind of big here, but that goes from August 6th to the 10th.
I know we have some of the biggest, like the best rock climbing in the world on a couple, well, I don't know on the world or if it's just easy to get to in the world kind of thing. Yeah. I think Rocky Mountain National has a few that people come across the country and across the world to go do and everything. But yeah, that's fun, man. It's cool. I know the 3-on-3 basketball still is going, so that'll be going. It's kind of like those. It's weird because we'll have the track, so we'll watch those. But I think that's where the swimming too. It just gets you. Because you have medals every single day.
Yeah.
And it's not like you have to watch a basketball game for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You can watch the very longest is the 1500, which is over in less than 15 minutes, pretty much. It's crazy. You got the volleyball too. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Which it's kind of cool. Volleyball, there's a sand volleyball player, Chase Budinger. He played in the NBA.
Yeah.
When he was in high school, him and Kevin Durant shared the MVP for the McDonald's All-American game. They were both MVPs.
That's pretty sweet.
And now they're both in the Olympics.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
But he's playing in volleyball. It's kind of cool. I like watching the volleyball. I know me and you have talked about wanting to go play now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because of that or what.
I think we've always wanted to come play. Like, volleyball is one of the sports that
I love.
We'd always be down to go, but...
Yeah. When I lived down in Florida, I played every single day.
I'm sure I would have too.
Shout out to Kat and Stalvey. I played with those two every day, and then we'd just find a fourth. And so,
I remember when I came out to visit you and playing. I think we played almost every day that I was out there.
Yeah, so. It was just right off the beach, and it was just so nice. And I feel like we got pretty good by the end, after before I left and stuff, but nowhere near to some of these.
Out of the two volleyballs, so the team volleyball, indoor and beach volleyball, what do you prefer?
To play or to watch?
Both, I guess.
I love playing beach volleyball. Actually, probably beach volleyball on both. Yeah. I love the 2-on-2 beach volleyball.
Yeah.
The team I like too, and especially inside, you see them jumping so much higher and getting so much more on those spikes and everything, which is cool. But the 2-on-2, maybe it's because I've played that more. I've played in a gym, but never with that many people or anything like that, or that many good people either.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's because I've played it and I know what it takes to play 2-on-2 volleyball, and I think it's so fun.
It's just even though it's the same sport, it's entirely different because indoor, it's all about power and just.
Even say you would play 2-on-2 indoor. They don't, but say you would do that, it would be still completely different.
Like beach, 2v2, there's so much more strategy. It's like a chess game almost. It's you have to try to guess where your opponents are going to hit it, and so you can be there to block it or dig it or anything like that. So I like games that are more strategic, and you can't just use pure force and pure power and skill to kind of win. You kind of have to outsmart your opponents a little bit. So
yeah,
I agree with you. I think it's better in both ways. Playing and watching.
I think playing wise, I do like the strategy and stuff, and I'm sure there's strategy more in the other as well. But I love being able to you can dive and it doesn't hurt as much, And I mean, you have sand. I think I still have sand in my car from going to the beach playing, and I'd shower. Usually, sometimes I'd go jump in the ocean, but I'd shower on the little thing, and so I'd get all the sand off before I even got in my car, and I still it's crazy. I was there.
If you're a beach volleyball player, you kind of have to just get used to the sand.
You just kind of. It was nice though, man. I remember just stepping in the sand, and it's just like, it feels so good. I'd love to play here. We just need to get a few more people to play. But I know Megan would go to a park and with Nat just right next to it, and it's like we could play. We just need to get a couple people to come play with us, and I think it'd be so fun playing consistently. Yeah. The thing in Florida, it was every single week we could play. Here, once it gets cold, we're not playing. No, and so we could play snow volleyball.
That we can make a new sport, That
would be so hard.
Maybe
if there was powder and stuff.
Implement a snowball fight with volleyball.
You get hit by
getting hit. It could do an extreme snowball fight, dodgeball, volleyball. You have to dodge the snowballs while playing volleyball. That would be an epic sport.
That would
be insanely hard.
Just running through the snow would be hard, honestly. Yeah. But I don't know.
You'd be out there in your snow boots and the jacket, and it would just be it'd be even hard just to move because all those are heavy jackets and stuff. But man, that would be cool. New winter sport right there.
Coming to you in 2030.
Yeah.
I think it's a little too late to get into the 2026.
Probably.
Talking about new sports, I know we talked a little bit about it the last pod. Realistically, what do you think? I don't know about winter sports. I can't think of any winter ones that could get in. But we went disc golf this last weekend. Mm-hmm. Do you think disc golf's going to get in?
I hope so. I really want it to. I could surely see it because I think it is very popular, especially in Europe. I know we were talking with Biggie. He was telling us that there's a European Open disc golf tournament.
Oh, it's huge.
It's the biggest in the world.
It's pretty much the biggest behind Worlds.
Yeah.
And so
I think it would be awesome.
Which, I mean,
it fits the Olympic mold of sports that people don't really know about. Because I think a part of the Olympics is to showcase sports that don't really get much love otherwise. So it fits that mold of showing people hey, this is a pretty cool sport. You should check it out. Maybe play it after seeing it or whatever. But we've played disc golf for as long as I can remember. And
I'm trying to remember when I started playing.
Yeah.
I bet you I've been playing for at least a little over 20 years probably now.
Yeah.
Which when I remember when I first started playing, I could go to any course I wanted. You might see one or two other groups, but not usually. Did you ever play Red Rocks with us?
Yeah.
So that course, I played there, I bet you, a few hundred times. And in all the times I played, I think I saw another group 5 times. Yeah. Less than that. That was our personal course.
That's how it kind of was. Me and my dad used to play at a
ACC
community.
The thing with that is you still had students. The Red Rocks you didn't, which is weird because it was at the campus, but you didn't have students there, and so you'd still see people and stuff. But it was just nobody would drive up there or anything. It was crazy, and we actually ended up finding it just by dumb luck. My dad, he was driving by at a job doing something, and all of a sudden he saw a disc in the air, and it's oh, let's go play. So
I think that's the best way to find disc golf courses.
The amount of times, I mean, I've found just driving, it's crazy.
I really hope though disc golf makes it into the 2028 Summer Olympics.
I think that one, and then pickleball. Those are my top 2 for sure. I think pickleball is going to. The problem is I don't know internationally. I think disc golf's pretty big internationally. I don't know if pickleball is. It seems like it is, but I don't know. So.
It's getting huge. It's probably getting just as big, if not bigger, in America as opposed to like tennis. I think
it's actually right now. If you'd say right now, I think it's bigger than tennis.
Probably.
Because you see how many tennis courts that they are converting into pickleball courts instead. Because if you think about it, if you're driving by tennis courts, how many times do you see them open? Quite a bit.
A lot.
You know, every once in a while, you'll see some people, and I'm sure there's others that you see. Pickleball courts, though, the places that I know where pickleball courts are, every single time I pass there, if the weather's good, people are playing.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah. It's huge. And it doesn't really make much sense to me because it's basically the exact same as tennis. Like, yeah, there are a few different rules, but like people don't like tennis, so they like change a few rules and
actually
pickleball.
I think tennis is harder.
It's harder
because like with the rackets and stuff, pickleball, honestly, pretty much anybody can play pickleball.
Yeah.
I've played, like, you might not play great, but you can play. I've played both tennis and pickleball. Tennis is so hard, even just to get the serve down. So pickleball, you can get it over a few times, and it's like, okay, this is nice.
Yeah.
Tennis, I have a hard time even just getting the serve over.
That is true.
And so I think it's a harder sport, I think, in the wide, like, general kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like you said, I think it is. I think it is bigger in the U.S. right now.
I agree.
I don't know if that's
I think
either. But.
I think if they implement it in the Olympics, it will be that spark to, hey, this is an awesome sport.
Like
and
around
other countries will start playing or whatever. So I don't know.
It'd be interesting. I don't know. I'm
other sports, I don't really know of any. Maybe flag football. Maybe
I can see that eventually getting in there.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised football's not in, but I don't think any NFL players are gonna.
No, I think if football ever does it, it's gonna be like under 20. Or like
it could be like the soccer, where it's like the under 23 rule, but then they can have 2 or 3 older or something.
But
I don't know.
Then still, like, I don't think you're going to have any NFL players.
I don't think so either.
Really want to do that.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, but you never know. I want to go back to this because it was more talking about Noah Lyles. But, all right, so we're from America. Do we have to root for the Americans?
I don't think not necessarily.
Okay, are you a traitor then if you do?
No.
Because the Olympics are about
Definitely not.
your country.
No.
So the U.S. basketball team. I still haven't decided if I want the U.S. basketball team to win the gold or not.
I don't really want them to. I've been like that,
I know.
though. I've been saying, like, I think...
But it's like...
I don't know. I'd rather
I feel like a traitor almost.
I don't think that's a good way of thinking it either, because I think, like, the right way of thinking it is... Yes, America is awesome. We have some amazing athletes, but there's also some amazing athletes everywhere else. So I like seeing all the other athletes. Like we mentioned, the female from St. Lucia, Summer McIntosh, swimmer from Canada.
That swimmer from France, I never say his
Marchand.
name. Yeah, I was going to say, I never say his name right.
I've talked to him off camera a couple times. He was like, I love watching him. Like he... to me, is probably what Michael Phelps was to Americans.
Dude, that's what got me going, because Phelps is watching him race. This is against other U.S. swimmers, and he's rooting for him.
Yeah.
He's not rooting for the U.S. team when he was in the races, and he was wanting him to beat his record.
Which that's so impactful coming from Michael Phelps, because he's probably the most competitive.
Most decorated Olympian ever.
Of America. So
just world, though. That's the most decorated ever.
For Americans watching Michael Phelps be that pumped about another country, it's like that should tell you enough that it doesn't matter what nationality you are. If you're good and you like have a good story and all that stuff, then people should be happy to watch you. So
I mean, I'm happy to watch them. like I like to watch other countries, but is it still like, oh man, like we want the U.S. to win? Because in all the swimming, in all the tracks so far, we're like, oh, come on U.S., come on U.S.
Yeah.
But do you really, it's a weird spot.
I don't think you really need to. Yes, it's cool to like root for your home country, but it's not like nobody's gonna think of you differently. I think if you're,
I'm interested to see. I hope some people text us or comment because I want to know what other people think. Like, hey, no, you have to. It does not matter. You have to go with your country, or no, you don't.
Well, also like, with that being said, just one real quick thing too. It's like the reason why both of us don't really like Team USA basketball is because of the players. It's not because they're USA.
Oh no.
It's we don't like Anthony Edwards.
Well, and it's because of the NBA. It's because these guys are rivals to the Nuggets. And so if we were, say, if I was a Philly fan, cool, come on Embiid, or whatever, if we were Minnesota fans.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say, like, we're not rooting against them because we don't like America. We just don't like those players. It's like, so yeah.
That's where it's different in that because we see those players all the time.
Yeah.
That's why is it like with swimming and running and different stuff. Well, we don't see these guys because we don't watch that really other than when they're in the Olympics and stuff. And so that's where it's like, do we really have like a reason not to root for the U.S.? I mean, I would say majority, 90% of the time, if not more, we're rooting for the U.S. 99%.
Probably.
It's just that like once every couple, it's just like, man, I don't know, man. There's so many people that keep asking me about the U.S. basketball team. Like, all right, so you want them to win? I'm like, I don't know. But it's funny because they're like, oh, so you want Jamal to win in Canada? I'm like, not really.
I want
Jokic in Serbia.
Like,
I'm like, yeah, I'd like them to
see
win.
Like Serbia, Germany. I would love to see Greece win.
Yeah,
like Greece.
I wouldn't mind them, But I also don't want. I still want the U.S. to get like a gold because it's like, hey, everybody's like saying it like, oh, they only got 26 golds, and it's like, no, I want them to get more golds and different.
I think the 3x3 or 3v3 is a lot easier to root for Team USA because we're not like clear favorites or we're not like.
Well, the 3v3 basketball, we were favorites.
We were
like big time in girls and boys, but
they
not anymore.
Looking good, so
yeah, we are definitely not favorites anymore.
But yeah, I also like. I don't understand how really people like watching the 5-on-5 men's basketball team because every single game is a blowout. Like, it's to me that's not competitive.
I think it'll start getting a little.
It will. I mean, but it's like
just watching the South Sudan the first game. It's like, but they weren't. I don't know. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. But that's all we got, really. We can keep going on about Olympics. We probably have one more episode about the Olympics.
Yeah, we'll do like a closing maybe. Or
it'll be a little different. Kyle's got his work schedule's a little different, so it might not be on Mondays. Just a heads up, but just keep an eye out.
Yeah.
For the next episodes, we'll have a couple more shorts and everything as well. So we'll do that, and then once we're done with the Olympics, we do have a guest, Braden. He's going to be on, little guy. We were going to do it with the Olympics, but it's like now we just want to talk about the Olympics, and we want to talk about him a little bit more other stuff and everything.
Yeah.
So, but that's all we got. You got anything else?
No, I just hope everybody has a great week.
Nope.
Let us know what you think.
All right. We'll see you later, alligators. Peace.